Welcome back to Buddha Bites. I'm Iris Fairfax, and this is episode 18. We are filming between two holidays, and if you're like me, you have some leftovers that you need to clear out of the refrigerator so that you can make room for the food that's going to come in for the next holiday. So when I first started Buddha Bites, I thought to myself, I'd like to teach myself to make a lot of the foods that I would ordinarily order out from somebody else. So what could be easier than a ham salad? It is super easy and it is so delicious. So let's go into the kitchen and make our own ham salad. This particular recipe comes from allrecipes.com, and I will put a link in the comments or in the description somewhere along the line. Here comes Old Faithful again. Guess what? The Cuisinart Company is putting out a 50th anniversary model of this particular food processor. So remember when I said that this is the food processor that won't die? Well, Cuisinart agrees with me. So I still have mine, and they are, for the holiday season, promoting a brand new one of these for somewhere around $250. So you take your cooked ham and you cube it just to make it a little bit easier for the food processor to do its job. And then the one for me. And we are going to pulse this for just a little bit. We're not going to totally pulverize it. So let's just check how this looks. Almost looks like deviled ham. This is a good consistency. That's really, really good. It only took a few moments, didn't it? So I am going to put this, get this off of the food processor, swap this out. Since it's a small kitchen, I just have to be so judicious with the space. So this goes away and the bowl comes back. And we are going to take 3 cups of our pulverized ham. This is a 2-cup measuring cup. So I think just for the ease of operations, I'm not going to worry about being too neat with this. We can always use the rest of it for more ham salad for somebody. So this is 2 cups. And I'm going to fill this about halfway, maybe even a little bit more. Be generous with your cooking. So we will have 3 cups of this ham that has been processed. Now, this is two hard-boiled eggs. Simple enough. Now, since this recipe is so simple, I can take a moment or two and talk with you about the best way to hard-boil eggs. What I do is I put them in a pot with cold water, and then I close the pot and wait for the water to come to the boil. As soon as the water comes to a boil, shut off the heat and just let the eggs sit. After a while, once the water has cooled down a little bit, just drain the water, shake around the hard-boiled eggs in the pot to loosen the shells and make it easier for you to peel. Then you peel them under warm water, and that makes it a whole lot easier, and it breaks up the egg whites a whole lot less. So we have our 3 cups of ham, and we have 2 chopped hard-boiled eggs. To that, we're going to add this mixture here. This is just 2 tablespoons of celery, 2 teaspoons, this is 4 teaspoons of sweet pickle relish, and 2 teaspoons of onion. Now, when I prepared this, I kept out a little bit more because it is very likely that once we taste this, I might want to add a little bit more to this. So you're just going to mix this together. You're going to be mystified at how quickly this comes together for it to taste so heavenly. So this is fully incorporated, and we will set this aside for just a moment and deal with the dressing. So this is the first time that I've used this. This is one of those measuring cups that keeps you from having to scrape, scrape, scrape. So this is 1 cup of mayonnaise. I really, really like this. But this is my maiden voyage with this. See, I take chances here. It doesn't matter that I never used it before. It's in front of you and your family. So, we're going to take this 1 cup of mayonnaise and add to it 1 tablespoon of what they call prepared mustard. Just about every time I see prepared mustard in a recipe, I hesitate. I think, what exactly is prepared mustard supposed to be? And I have decided that the difference is, and I'm sure that I read this somewhere, that prepared mustard is any mustard that is not powdered mustard. So this is the dressing, and that is all there is to it. Incorporate that, and we're going to put this into the ham mixture now, which is in my mother's vintage bowl. Ever since I got these bowls, I just can't get enough of them. I have to use them for as much as I possibly can. Do you see how easy this is? This is just a couple of minutes to pull it together. You will see that I have not added salt. It is likely that there will be no need for salt because ham is already salty. This was a pre-cooked ham that I had, and I heated it up a little bit with just some water, and then I cooled it down. But we pretty much have our salad, and you know, certainly the recipe says sweet relish. You can use dill relish, but I think the sweet playing off of all of those smoky flavors is a nice option, even though I love dill relish for just about everything else. So at this point, I want to taste this and see if it needs anything. I find it interesting that this recipe didn't include pepper at all. And so I am wondering, I tend to feel like internet recipes are under-seasoned generally. And so, but I'm going by the book, and then I'll add my own as I need it. So let's see. It really doesn't need much. I will add a little bit of pepper, but truly, it is salty enough as it is. So I think what I'll do is to add maybe about a teaspoon of pepper. I measure things so often that I can kind of eyeball them. Now, you probably know what I'm going to tell you. This, when it sits and the flavors meld, it's going to be even better. But as I was preparing all of these ingredients, which when you set everything out, it's called a mise en place. We probably talked about that before. When I was setting out the mise en place for this, my mouth was watering because even just the ingredients smelled so delicious, and now they're all together. So this is our ham salad. I am going to plate this up. Although certainly it could stay in this beautiful bowl, but this is even nicer. This is all it is, folks. This is it. I'm going to leave some behind for the cook. And we're just going to, there is your ham salad. So in the time that it would have taken me to call O'Neill's, wait for them to make it, and then call me the next day and say that it's done. Rock, how many minutes was that?
6 minutes, 7 minutes?
6 minutes. 6 minutes. And we have a ham salad. So I am so hungry. I cannot wait to get into this. So let's take this to the dining room and have some ham salad. All right, the short wait is over, and I am so hungry. This gorgeous ham salad, I can't wait to dig into. It's something that it's definitely a splurge. It's it's a little rich, so it's not something that you want to have all the time. But I have to admit, when we first started Buddha Bites, I was making something else, and I wanted to make lunch for Lisa and Rock, and I happened to have some of this handy. It went. We were silly with it. It went quickly. So I'm just going to sample a little bit of it here, and I've paired it with our favorite cracker to go with this, which is the chicken and a biscuit. I love this. If you want to go a little more pretzel-y, these little pretzel fins are really good too. Or you can make a nice sandwich out of it. I'm just going to do a little spread here. Just a little bit. I'm doing this in a ladylike fashion, but if you weren't here, I would probably dig right into it with the cracker. So let's see how it turned out. I'm already being messy. I practically need to hide this from myself. It is fantastic. Now, I also made a vegetable soup. This soup is with onion, garlic, celery, carrot, Swiss chard, some cannellini beans. It pairs really well with this, and it's so good on a cold day such as today. So, also mushrooms, which always give a nice umami flavor. But I'm gonna need to get back to the star of the show, which is this gorgeous ham salad, which I hope that you will try at home. There, you have no excuse. It's just a snap to do. So, while I enjoy the rest of my lunch, I will leave you to it. And if you like what you've seen, I would love it if you tap the like button, if you subscribe to the channel, if you comment, and if you can share with your friends so that we can all enjoy these great meals together. This is Iris Fairfax for Buddha Bites, telling you today to remember that you are the Buddha. See you next time.